Okay. Excellent. Coming. Let's see. Hi, everybody. Perfect timing. All right, look at that. Got you a lot in here already. That's fantastic. Hi. Let's see who's here. Welcome to WCIA Network. Have some very interesting things to show you today. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, my subscribers. Muffet Top, I'm seeing you here. My mod, thank you very much. Nola and Willie, hello. It's gonna be very interesting. Hi, new subscribers. Nancy Hopkins, hello. Katie, how are you? Bernadette, welcome, my members. And if you haven't subscribed, would love for you to subscribe. And membership, it's a great way to support the team over here. Heavenly and Angel Talk, welcome. All right, I have a few different things to go over today. Mainly, I can't answer that. Subscribers. Well, I'm going to put this in subscriber mode. Okay. Mainly, I'm going to continue to show you apples to apples, and I am going back 14 years as well as the present. WCIA Network, everything I do and say here falls under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. It's strictly for the sake of the missing children. I say things, I show photos, I show other people, I mention names, and it's really just all for the sake of the missing children. It is their story. Summer Moon Wells, missing children. Summer Moon Wells is the leader here. She will have justice when her story is accepted. We are sharing their story and what has happened to these children. It's not about locking one person up. It's about stopping this process. It's about getting down to the people that are doing this and stopping their group. I have a couple things to show you today. One of them is, for those who remember, I showed you my pictures, and it looks as if when I put my pictures up and look at the pictures that I have here, they tend to change, and I'm very right. I see it because I have my photos in front of me. So when I put pictures up like this, it's very interesting how more detail comes through. I don't understand it because my photo of this one right here, I'll circle it. Doesn't look like this one, this finger. It's very, very strange. There's certain details on these photos. I'm going to be making a oversized massive t-shirt with all my photos because I personally think the photos are going to not all look the same on each t-shirt, and that's what I want to test. Sell the t-shirts and show you that this stuff, like right in here, is very different from what I have in front of me. I can't explain it. I can't explain it at all. So I have all these different posters that I put together with their pictures in different places, and I'm doing it really as a test, and it's interesting. Anyways, to get back to what we're discussing here, I have a short video to show you after the PDF is done. The PDF that I have to go through is, again, it's going to show you elements that I have already shown, but these are elements that show up in 14 years ago, and a few of them come from Phoenix Productions, and the other ones come from the Debunk. They're all like 14 years ago channels. Neither one of them have done anything in 9 years. I do have a thought process behind who took that over, but what I'm doing is I'm connecting for the next Apples to Apples. I'm connecting the people, because I do see and believe that this was shown to me because there are some people that are involved still from 14 years ago. The tunnel, I'm going to show you the tunnel and location. It's very important. I know that I have the attention of the authorities, and the best I could do to explain it, as I told them, is when I do my lives. Because when I send them things, I tend to explain it better during my live than on an email. This is from the tunnel. This picture is from the tunnel. So I showed a video of 14 years ago. This group is going to a cabin. The cabin is on the way to that tunnel that I have several photos of. Underneath their video to the tunnel shows same elements as it does in present time. This guy that is shown in the window is one of the people that are the victims. He's one of the people that are being victimized. I'm going to show you why in a couple other photos that are come after, because I stuck something in here, it looks like. The most important information in these videos is what is showing in the small little squares. Before I get to that, I want to show you an Apples to Apples. As she drives, I showed in the prior video, I believe, I think it resembles Robin and her friend 14 years ago. These are too coincidental. They have the same information. They show these little boxes in her mirror, and those are the same as what Benny shows here. It seems to be a lot of the same machinery and a lot of the same setup. The piece that's the most important in the group that is from 14 years ago, let me crop it in, is this little section. This little section is the exact thing that I could connect a Summer Moon Wells to, and it's in the videos. The white bar that goes down, this white bar, right here, is the bar that I believe that's a silver bar that's attached to Sun Moon Wells. One day this will all come together. I put this out here the way I am now so it makes sense to the authorities, that they could see this and understand it and put it together as one big large group, because that's what it is. This is one group doing this. I don't care if it's 14 years ago. This is what the cabin looks like. In the video of the cabin, the most important things is I always tell you guys to go down in the corner to see the truth. This little, where it says it's under the text, that is a frame that never shows up. Her head is in the machine. That never will show up in the video. All the squares in their videos show the complete story. They're not holding back because I believe they probably didn't realize back then, right? But this picture here is her head in that machine I have been showing you. It's in the machine. It's in the machine under here. But they're using this crazy information to cover it up on the main screen. I know how I did this. How did I get those photos like that so clearly? Is I did what I have taught my group here to do. You open up a video on YouTube. You take your camera phone and you videotape it on your phone. You open up the video on your phone. Make sure the little slides on the bottom are open. Hold it up to your camera on your computer. And I videotaped it where it was not public. I videotaped it as if I'm making a video for the public. I held up to my camera so it videotaped my video. I went to the video in my live stream that I did not publish. I opened it up, and as I'm watching it, I videotaped it. And it gives the bottom little corners, the bottom strip shows up. Don't ask me why. I was directed to do it that way, and it works. For the same reason, the pictures on here change when I show it in the camera. I have physical proof of it because I have the pictures in front of me. Physical proof. Again, this is the group that went to the cabin. I believe it's the same people. In the corners of the videos are people's heads in the machines. They're in each window. They're in these windows. And as they're driving, I'm like, those pyramids and the rocks and everything completely directed me right to Nikki Kessinger's one photo. And I'll show you, I have it in here. The photos that you see here in front of you are the little squares. Those are the machines that are on the bottom of them walking across the lawn. The picture all the way to the right is a guy who's nowhere in the video. And then you have the machine with the number 5 in the middle. And then all the way to the left, I know that it's crossing the most important element. Like I told you guys in another video, was like that string white, that white little sunbeam or whatever it is, rope follows throughout the whole video. And now I have exactly what it was for. It's part of the sacrifice. In the video, as they're digging in the ground, it shows the boxes that are being dug up and placed back in the underground. I know for my angels, they're saying, like, go dig in this area. Dig in this area and you will find them. You will find bones. You will find a place just like John Wayne Gacy. You're gonna find a basically a cemetery filled. Basically a cemetery filled. If they choose to follow this group that I have introduced, the only ones that could do that are the authorities. There's enough indication and enough to go by. I mean, I'm not the authorities. I can't do anything about it. But there's enough information showing, these sacrifices and the people match. They match up to Summer Moon Wells. The girl that is driving winds up with the machine on her head. And the one to the left that is digging, they wind up digging up bodies with heads. That's all, and I'm going to show you. It's all that they're doing, and it's a sacrifice. Here they are digging. The video is really clear that they are digging up those number 5 boxes. They're digging them up and replanting in them. They're digging them up. The girl, the shorter girl, is the one that is going through the sacrifice. How do I know that? Is because the small little frames on the bottom show me. They show me. They show me a child in a hotel room. They show me 3 people. Here, I'm going to blow it up a little bit. Wait. This one. Okay. Let me show you first this child in a hotel room, which it doesn't show it in the video anywhere, but this same child is the one who's standing by herself. It's not the adult that you think it is. Okay? It might be difficult to see, but it's there. Do you understand? It's there. So I don't really give a shit if no one sees it as clear as can be. It's coming from a teeny little frame. This little frame is hidden in there. This is a sacrifice. This little frame is the child standing in front of her number 5 box in front of the tree, you guys. If the authorities really wanted to get the truth and to uncover this, all they need to do is take her videos, open them up, videotape them with your phone, open it up, play it back, keeping your slide open on the bottom, and tape it on your computer at the same time and play it back. And you're going to get these little squares with the whole entire story of the summer moon missing children. This is the same thing. It's the same thing. The picture over here are 3 heads, 3 bodies on the ground. I mean, all of the frames, by the way, tell the story. It's not just 2 of them. They all tell the story. They all tell the story. And if you watch the video, there's nowhere in the video where you have 3 torsos sticking out of the ground. Nowhere. Nowhere. Right here. So I'm not like pulling shit on my ass, and I'm not saying, oh, I clairvoyantly see heads sticking out of the ground. It's right there, and it's nowhere in the video. This is the stuff that's being covered up And I have been shown a way to uncover it. Uncover it. Period. So anyone that could tell me that, the police don't have enough information to go forward, I call bullshit. This is a child being sacrificed. I call bullshit on them. It's right there. They're in the leaves. They're coming out of the ground. This situation right here, let me grab it. This photo right here is basically the swing video. I think it's the same location. I think this is the same freaking cabin. It's the same people. The whole thing is the same. This is what the children, this is exactly what it looks like Summer Moon Wells at the swing. This is more so what it is. This is more the truth of the Summer Moon Wells Missing Children swing video. It's more so of the truth. Here is the little element that I was told to follow, was that bright light. That bright light is exactly what separates one screen from the next. The video that I went over with the Watts, it shows you that they go through these screens. And when they walk through the screens, there's shit that happens on the opposite side of the screen. Here, they walk through it and they're attached to the machine, you guys. I don't know how else to tell you this, but they're being like massacred. They're on the machine and it's basically doing something with their head. It's the same machine that I've shown you in Don Wells's window. There's the number 5 box. This is the machine. And these heads, when they move through it, they're on like a conveyor belt. They're on a system that is moving them through. This guy here isn't someone anywhere in the video. He happens to be one of the people that fall. Where did it go? Paste. Ah. Oops. Oh, I see. Copy. Okay. This guy here. Where is he? It's so funny how that doesn't work sometimes. Okay, crop. Oh, I know why. Okay, crop. Wait. This guy is absolutely nowhere in the video. He is in the bottom at the corners right before those number 5 boxes. He's a victim. He's a victim. This is what they look like as they are digging. They're connected to the poles in their mouth. They have a lot going on. She has a spear in her. This is a day of sacrifice, and the elements, the information, the boxes are all the same as Summer Moon Wells. This here is they are either putting this person in the ground or taking this person out of the ground. Now, to the left, it's actually showing them putting them in between the walls, like in the walls. I'm not quite sure if they're ever going to dig, but whatever they're doing here is the same kind of construction that Don Wells does. Um, and the video itself really does show the hanging, and I'll show it to you, and what's going on in this house. We know that this little boy is in deep shit trouble. When I play you the video, the chanting that goes on while this little boy is, I believe, being hung, the chanting is so obvious. It's the same chanting as the other videos. It gets super loud, and they chant the whole time. It's deep fake placed over what's happening here. But what's happening is a Summer Moonwell's missing child thing. Here you could see that his room, basically, this person's room is inside the window with his number 5 box. And this was shown right in the beginning of the video. He's part of the sacrifice. And it's what you're looking at to the right. Let me see where I put, let me see if I put it at the end, because I'd really like to pull it up here. Yeah, I did, here. This, to me, is a match. I feel it. I feel it. I don't know where they said they were, but I feel like she's here. I feel like she's at this cabin. I feel a very strong pull that these are the same things. Very strong pull. I feel like there's no difference between where Nikki is and where this place is. It as soon as I saw that in the platform and whatever else, I'm like, I've seen this before. I have seen this in pictures before. I don't know if you guys recognize it, if you see that it's the same thing. But I feel like it's the same location. This was one of the last places that they were seen before the kids went missing. The photos that you see here come from the same group. And I don't know why I put these two together. I think it's because, I don't know why, I don't remember. Her head is turning into an element, but somehow this is all being taking place in the same location. See, this is a closer look at what I was showing you. It's my mediumship and my clairvoyance and me wanting to jump into the same kind of location. I feel like there's a picture of her in front of those stairs somewhere. Like I feel like what we're looking at is, I don't know where they are. I don't know where they are. I don't know where she is, but understand that they do deep fakes. I do feel a sense of common area. I think it's going to come down to one one area, you guys. I really do. And they're going to be underground. You see? This is going to be an area that's well kept underground. But I do see that this group could lead the authorities to where this is if they choose to. Because all they got to do is go through my previous videos to see how that 5 and everything just matches up perfectly. On the way there, she takes photos of those number 5 boxes under the ground. They seem to lift up and go down. She is showing how it lifts up. The top lifts up and then they put it back down. And I don't know if that's a deep fake around her or not, but it definitely shows the metal and the thick number 5 pulling up, and there's boxes coming out of it. Like, this is very clear information. And in the video, it really shows that it's going up and then back down. It's pretty clear that there's something being taken out and put back in. Let me pull this over to you. Right here. This is the maroon box, the maroon number 5 box that the best people that had the picture of this maroon box was from Trish's video. And I see what's inside that are the smaller little boxes that have those strings coming out of it, and it's right there. And these here are markers. They use them. But this shows it. Here's a close-up. Has that same bar as I showed you that matched up with Summer Moon and Benny's. That's kind of the bar I'm talking about. Let me show you. These just match up very well to Benny's t-shirt or Benny's mouth. Very well. You may not see it completely, but if you go to my other videos, you will see it. Is this. Right here. It's the same thing. Here they are inside the home. Kind of reminds me of what Don does. I put that to the left because I do have pictures of leaders that have those little, I don't know what they are, metal things. And they're gold. And they look the same. But to the right, you're going to see what we find the Wells doing throughout all the houses. They are reconstructing, putting plaster up. But the issue I have with this is it shows a lot more than putting plaster up. It really quite shows what they're putting in the walls. They're taking out of the walls. It shows their sacrifice, yada, yada. Their photos, their video really falls apart. It's almost confusing. If you haven't been following me from the beginning, it's confusing to understand what you're looking at. But what I can say is you are looking at box number 5s and so forth being pulled by string. To get into anything deeper, is difficult. Here you see one of the machine boxes being moved. They're lifting it and moving it over. It's right in front of you guys. It's being lifted and moved over. The people to the left are changing. They change colors. They change situations, and it makes as if they're. It looks as if these people are hanging from the wall, from the ceiling, just like I showed you in the Watts basement. Let me show you in apples to apples, because I know it's under Watts. Their basement shows, let's see if we could get the basement. Let's see. Not that one. Watts. Okay. So when I took the video from the Watts case, I downloaded it, played it back, videotaped it, and not knowing to me, sent it to my computer and I played it for you guys. And I'm like, okay, this room is turning into the kill zone. This is the Watts' basement, okay? To me, this is all of the machinery. This is what they do. It's what they do. These guys are connected to the ceiling just like this guy right here in the Watts basement. All the way to the left. And the rest of it is the machines. It got no traction, but yet it shows everything they're doing to these people. Everything. Now what it's showing is the white with the hearts and this nothing's been done to it. It's just the more you crop it and the more you show it and the more you speak over it, the more information that shows. And the information that shows is the Summer Moon Wild's Missing Children's case. That's what it shows. These kids all have gone through the same cult sacrifices. And this is what it looks like. And this just happens to be in the Watts basement, and it keeps changing and changing and changing as the story gets clearer and clearer and more detailed. I don't know why. It just does. But this is the Watts' basement that matches all this stuff. Here they are digging. And you could tell that they're digging out long, like the long white pieces like I've had before, like the pieces of the bodies and wrapped up. They wrap them up in tarps, and I'm going to let you hear an interview that actually confirms it. This is what it is. The guy to the left is someone that is being victimized. Victimized. Look at his face. You could see that he's connected to one of those boxes with the holes in it that I just showed you with Benny. It's right here. It's right above his head. That's one of the things he's connected to. And look, he's going to have that stuff around his neck. It shows. When my angels know that I am on target, they will consistently show the elements that are needed to tell their story. Sorry, that's my foot massager making that noise. The elements that are needed to tell their story. And these are the elements that are needed. Sorry, you guys, I'm pushing my foot on my massager. My foot is killing me. I have an injury. But as you could see, he is turning into a human that is covered in Summer Moon Wild's Missing Children equipment. It's right there. Seen it over and over. Here they are, fake building this inside house. I don't know who this man is, but they are doing shit they shouldn't be doing. This home and property needs a digging. This is what they're really planting there. They're digging their own graves, you guys. It's just what they're doing. Here, this is one of the main people that are getting a sacrifice. She is right by her tree. There's her stuff is there, and she will be sacrificed, and they're placing whatever they're placing right there next to the tree, under the ground. It's really obvious. That's a head. Let me get a closer look. Crop. This right here, all day long, Summer Moon Wild's Missing Children. All day long. All day long, this is what they do. That's what they do. Here she is closer to the tree, and she's in worse shape. As it goes on, she gets in worse shape. Yeah. Now this is the head, and it's a close-up. Whoever that girl is there is part of a sacrifice, and she is the one who we saw in the beginning that looks like she's just standing there, but her deep fake are her clothes. And this is might as well be the Summer Moon Wild's children. They're digging stuff up. They are not digging up any roots. They're digging up whatever they plant for the sake of planting the new world or whatever they're doing. This is what it is. She's lifting out that plaster, the heads, like she's lifting shit out of here. And these, they're just being used as slaves. They're just doing they're told to do. This is a head that has these letters on it. This is a real wrapped mummy head. And I thought it was mostly important to show you the letters to see if you guys recognize any of the initials. Other than like the number 3, it's there. And the video falls apart pretty quickly because it's 14 years old. This is what they show that's above. Again, we're going back to apples, above the tunnel in Tennessee. That is where we started, was the tunnel in Tennessee, that area, to show shit goes on over there. Here's one of the maroon boxes just standing in the middle of nowhere. It's in the middle of nowhere. This girl is a sacrifice. They have her towards the edge, and then they have her connected to a machine, and she is sacrificed. She's sacrificed. My video shows it. The thing is, you guys, I may not be showing every detail because I have learned to show what I have, to show you that it matches, and then wait for the authorities to ask for the rest of the stuff, because they're the ones who are going to be able to go to these locations and match up the body that I see in the little corner. That body is wrapped in white, just like Summer Moon Wells. Period. This is the situation right here of Summer Moon and what they did to her, and all the other children and what they did to her. She is wrapped in this. So over a year later, we all freaking know that this isn't a piece of evidence that should be forgotten. We know that's what she looked like. We know that's what they all look like. They're in that plaster. And this person is standing over the cliff. Here's a few more pictures of the girls that led me to all this. They definitely run an undercover sting. They must. This is a sacrifice. Her head is actually on the machine to the right, as well as the head to the machine to the left. They're attached. They're attached, you guys. Where they are ready. These guys are ready. It's very, very hard to listen to. It's obvious. To the left are the people in the background. They're in the back, at the back of the stage. They do come out. They have bars on them and stuff. I can't even. I don't have a connection to them other than they're in front of the main stage. In front of the main stage. Oh, this is 49. This was showing you Kim Kasinger. And that the people in the picture next to her are pretty bad situation. I'll show you. Copy. Here. It's crazy. I think it's crazy. Because this is really the situation. Looks nothing like the reality. Zero like the reality. So, I want you to listen to, this is part of my presentation, probably the most important part. Let's see if this is it.
Friends with family.
Okay. This is an interview that took place, I believe, 1989. It was aired 2020, 60 Minutes Australia. 60 Minutes Australia is really who I'm trying to connect with, because they've already opened up this can of worms with this group. And I want to show you and have you listen to the clips.
And strangers and my family used to rape me. Make me abort the babies I had.
It would be hard to imagine more misery and suffering than what Teresa says she's had to endure.
Then us kids would be made to do things with the adults and the animals. And then a sacrifice would happen.
The sacrifice? Were these animal sacrifices?
Animals and people.
On what scale do you think this was happening?
Enormous. Far beyond what we've ever heard of here before.
Teresa's mother, Bridget. You're talking about mass murder?
Yes. On a scale that this country's never heard of before. Like the old people's homes, isn't it, around Teresa?
For the first time, Teresa is learning what it's like to live with love instead of fear.
Pretty low.
In this quiet English village, with the help of her mother, she's slowly repairing her broken life. Teresa is now 15, but at the age of 2, she was left in the care of this woman, the grandma she called Nan. And that, she says, is when her torment started. Who was the leader? Who was the boss of the gang, of the cult?
At home it was my nan.
Your Nan made you have sex with animals?
Yeah. Like goats and donkeys.
The story of Teresa is a story almost too horrible to recount. A case of child abuse that goes well beyond the kind of things we normally associate with the abuse of children. In 27 years of reporting, it has to be one of the most painful stories I've ever had to tell. How many men or how many people would have sex with you?
Well, at one time.
Yes.
But everyone who was there, which must have been about 20, from 10 to 20 people. If it was a big ceremony, it used to be 30.
What would your grandma be doing when these men were forcing themselves on you?
Usually laughing or smiling or having sex with another man or other men.
A chronicle of debauchery and depravity so horrific it's hard to believe. You have to ask yourself, could Teresa be just making it up?
No. I know what's true and what's not. No, I know what I saw.
Children don't make up elaborate lies that this would have to be if it was a lie, which I know it is not. It isn't.
This couldn't be a terrible dream, a nightmare that you're reliving.
No. It's no dream. It's a nightmare, but it's not one you can wake up from. It's there all the time.
This really happened, you're quite sure of that?
Yeah.
The police don't think Teresa made up a story. Some of the cult members are to stand trial.
During these ceremonies, was Satan, the devil, ever referred to?
He was called Lucifer.
What did they say about the devil, about Lucifer?
Killing the people made him happy.
Sacrifices to please the devil.
To talk about
According to Teresa, the worst rituals took place at a house, somewhere in the country.
it was big, expensive. From the front, it looked like a castle. It had a long drive and big double wooden doors.
Do you think they were rich people then?
Very rich.
Not done yet.
So that she never fully knew the route.
There was a tramp who was brought in once, and he was killed. He was cut from his throat down to his stomach. And they ate him, or bits of him.
They killed a man at a ceremony
Yeah,
in front of you?
yeah, in front of all of us.
Did the tramp, did this man fight back?
No, I think he was, drunk or something. He seemed really dopey. He was laughing a lot when he was brought in. And he started screaming when they began to cut. But after a while, he died. I'd seen a few killings before then. Although I wasn't used to it, that was the worst one. I really don't know what I thought. I suppose I thought, thank God it's not me.
Let me get this right now. Are you saying that you saw more than one person killed in that house?
Yeah. I've seen loads of babies killed there. Just newborn babies. Or aborted ones, which were only small. 4-year-olds. Any age, really.
Did they ever say they might kill you?
They threatened to kill my little girl, who, when I left, was still at the house.
A friend?
Huh?
What little girl?
My little girl, Alex. She's about 4 now.
You mean you had a child?
Yeah.
How old were you when you had that child?
11.
Motherhood at the age of 11.
Never talked about
But
it.
from what Teresa told her mother, it wasn't the only pregnancy.
We think about 7 or 8 times. It's hard to say. It was constantly happening from the time she was capable of being pregnant.
What happened to the pregnancies, to the babies?
They were aborted by my nan or by one of the doctors at the house.
There were doctors there at that house?
Yeah, there was two, I think. Yeah, and a nurse.
What would happen to the fetuses, the unborn babies?
They used to be taken away most of the time, and one time the baby was taken out of me and then killed in front of me because it was still alive.
And then, what would happen?
Well, after they killed it, they would eat it. But we were also made to eat it.
During these ceremonies, was Satan, the devil, ever referred to?
He was called Lucifer.
What did they say about the devil, about Lucifer?
That killing the people made him happy.
Sacrifices to please the devil.
To talk about
According to Teresa, the worst rituals took place at a house somewhere in the country.
it was big, expensive. From the front, it looked like a castle. It had a long drive and big double wooden doors.
Do you think they were rich people then?
Very rich. I thought it was normal, even though I didn't like it. You don't like to eat greens, but somehow, I thought it was just being called to be kind or something like that.
She said to me it was something that everybody did. She thought, like you don't like going to school or the dentist, you don't like going to the black masses.
It was never any different. I didn't have nothing to compare it to.
All part of life, Teresa thought. Even a miscarriage one day at school.
Yeah, I asked the teacher if I could go to the toilet, and she allowed me out. I went into the toilet and the baby was in my knickers. I thought it was dead, but it wasn't. It was still moving. Nothing left. I would scream, but there is no voice left. I would cry, but there are no tears left. I'd fight, but there is no strength left.
So the reason I chose to show this particular interview and this particular little girl discussing what she has gone through is because I have a parallel information. It seems as if the information that I have been given is very parallel to her story. Now, nothing's been proven, nothing's been shown as true. I do believe everything that she is saying is exactly the same things that the Summer Wells missing children are going through. I feel like this is the group. I have seen the blood and horrific things on Don's face, as if I could totally see he's eating some sort of something. Animals are always with them, and the videos that I have seen, and according to the children's information that I hear every night and see the most disgusting shit ever, leads me to believe that this is Summer Moon Wells' missing children's story. That they are going through this underground somewhere doing the same things, dancing, screaming, being cut, being drugged, being cut from neck to neck down. They're being abused. There are a lot of people. Every detail that this girl mentions screams Summer Moon Wild's missing children. These pictures are changing. I can't believe it. And I'm sticking to it. I have written a letter out to 60 Minutes Australia, and I told them that William Tyrrell is a part of this, and I have enough information to connect him to the same people here in the U.S. I know I do. I just haven't met the authority, anyone in authority level or in a situation as if they're the media that would put their ass on the line. Because once you go down this rabbit hole and start showing and admitting, the word admitting that this is going on is very difficult for people to see, even though we're showing them heads on platters, showing them animals eating adults, show them that kids' heads are inside a fish, showing them that there's abuse and just children covered in blood. And that is the moment that anyone in a particular position all of a sudden becomes very shy and stand backish and doesn't want to have anything to do with exposing it. I find that very, very interesting. I find it very interesting. I don't know if it's ever going to change. You know, like, I could probably crop and paste all these different pictures and they're really quite different from what you've seen. I mean, even the pole here isn't a tree pole anymore. It's two separate, it's showing two separate things. But it's really time for the authorities to start copying and pasting this shit together. There's way too much information. You know, Summer Moon Wells, who is swinging on a swing, shouldn't look like a donkey. Period. I don't care if I show them nothing else other than Summer Moon Wells looking like a fucking donkey, which we know it's not her. These pictures are evolving to tell the truth. These pictures are evolving to get Summer Moon Wells' missing children's story accepted and blasted around the country. This isn't what it looks like. This isn't even what my photo looks like here. I don't understand how that happens. But this is her story, you guys. This is her story. There's no getting around it. It's really sad, and it's really uncomfortable that these children are looked at as they didn't tell the truth. Who's going to believe them? Because it's so horrific and so disgusting. No one wants to touch it. No one wants to touch it. It's crazy. These videos that I was going to show you here are so pixelated. Let me see. Because they're so old and I've played them a few times already that they're don't even look normal. Let me see. See if it's in here. Here, I'll show you one of them. I'll show you this one. Oh, I wonder if this is the one that I have. Oh, where's the one that I have chanting? The chanting is so loud. It's crazy loud. So just to show you guys, for those who want to see the video from where I'm getting those photos, it's pretty clear. It's right here. And when you go slow and you look at the pictures below it, right there, the pictures below it really show it all. See their faces? But let me just stop at certain places. Here. I want you to recognize what goes on when they pass that one little element that I told you was the most important element. When they pass through it, they are going through the machine. Okay? Yeah, it's really breaking up. Okay, right here. I'm going to show you when they're halfway through, they're like, see, they have the machine connected to their heads. They don't want you to see it, but they're being pulled back. Watch. It's going to be like a, I don't know, like an animal type of a thing. So when I stop it, the video is changing. Here. So we know that in the regular video, it doesn't show this part. But as it's played and you stop it at a certain section, wait, where'd it go? Right here. Where'd my screenshot go? No. 1 second. Let me see if it's on this side. Oh, it is. Let me quit this. Chrome. Quit Chrome. Alright, let's see if it stays. Yeah. Okay. Notice what's around his head as he enters this side. On the other side, he's doesn't have anything on him. I believe there's screens. Those screens are in there that just mess with the reality of it. And these guys are building the platform in which is the main event. Because there's my white with someone on the bottom. There's my white main element that shows throughout the video is that thing. It's the most important. This. There's something that happens once they go to the other side. See, she's got like the machine on her face. This is it. Right in here. Right in here. There are the boxes. They're right there. They're the boxes, the maroon boxes. You guys see them? Did y'all see this? Nothing has changed from the Summer Moon Wild's Missing Children to 14 years ago. This is the same thing. It all changes to the boxes that get brought in, and all this stuff is done, and it's deep faked over it, yada yada yada, and it's not being stopped. Look at that. But they don't want you to see it, but the more I play the video, look, the more it shows. And look at, watch how they go through, see? You remember I told you how the Watts kids were going through like a screen? Like, I mean, those screens are, they sell them on the market. I've seen them in Shenzhen. I've seen them. It's just high technology, that's all. It's not like a big deal. You know, if you know someone out there, you could get the technology and have someone set it up for you. It's brainless. And it's actually cheap. So this is what they're doing. These are all different sections coming together. Just like that. And the sacrifice is right in the middle. Right in the middle. That's the box. This is actually the person that's being sacrificed right here. How do I know that? Because in the little squares below, she's standing by herself in the mud. And then it gets moved over. And when you go slow with these parts, there she is. She's in the back. and it just gets worse. They're just all digging, you guys, and they're pulling shit out of the ground, and they have their, right here, they're like pulling shit out of the ground, and it's not what you think it is. Those are like the number 5 boxes under there. I mean, I have clear photos of them, and she's like pulling freaking heads out. I mean, that's so obvious. Look at that. Boom. That's like so fake. They're skeletons. So this is a real place. This is a real location with real shit under the land, and they're putting things in and out. There's your head. It's a person. It doesn't take long to get to the real information. But they're putting this shit underground, you guys. There's no one stopping them. No one is stopping them. This, I'll circle it, is a head. And this is what they're doing. It's right there. And it's so obvious, and you see it right in front of you. Because these videos really fall apart easily. The faces look familiar in them. It's in Tennessee. It's by the tunnel. Look at it, it doesn't change. Look at that head. Look at that. So what they've done is whatever is real close to whatever graphic design they try to do, whenever the graphic gets into focus, that's the most important information. I mean, how dumb can you be? So it's like, when I tell you that the authorities, I can't say this any louder, that the authorities could break this shit open so fast that it's a joke. That it's a joke. They could find this location so quickly. I think it's even marked. See how that looks like a person with a hand? So it's right in there. But there's just so much, you guys. It's like, this is exactly what they're doing with the children. There's no difference. And I believe that the video that I just had you listen to is exactly what's going on. With the goats and the animals and all of that. All of it. I have too much information to show me I'm right. I know I'm right. I had so many of their videos debunked. Let's see. Let's see. Got that one. Oh, here's someone hiding in the tree. Let's see. 609. Here, let's see this one. This one, there's a guy in the tree. Wait. Stop. Yeah, see, they're all falling apart. shows location. There's that guy. Here, when you stop in the middle of the frame, the bottom frame show so much. This is really should be pulled apart, because really this whole situation right here is so obvious. So obvious. There's nothing about it that's not. The hole in the ground they're digging. See. Yeah, I did a lot. Moral of the story: go dig. Moral of the story is just go freaking dig. Go dig. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? This stuff is ready to go. This stuff's ready to go. So tomorrow I'm going to do a reading, a channeling. I would say channeling between two people, but we'll see if they all show up. I'm hoping they do. But this here, whatever this is right here, massive part of the sacrifice. These guys will know where it is. This is it. You're looking at it. And I think we've been looking at this since year number 1. Nothing has changed. Nothing. Nothing. I hope you guys enjoyed this today, and it showed a little bit more of, to me, they're facts based off of what I've been shown. And there's no arguing with the shit that's being shown. None. None. Yeah. Alright guys, I am calling it quits. Go over the video, do a little investigating yourself, look to see who these people are. I think that you'd find it very interesting. Everyone put on their little detectives hats and go check it out. On that note, thank you to my mods and to my subscribers. Thank you. Thank you, new subscribers. And I will be seeing you all tomorrow. So God bless you. Thank you. May justice come. Send in any of this information you can to the authorities in case they just don't get it clearly from me. Good night, you all.